How much par is too much par in your reef aquarium?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
All right, everyone, welcome back. So the question is, I'm always getting asked is, can you have too much par in your reef aquarium? That is a very hard answer to answer, or should I say, hard question to answer. Too much of anything can be bad, depending on how you go about those things. Now, I wanted to get a little bit more par. As you guys may see behind me, my lights now are dropped down 10 more inches than what they were originally mounted up here. So I dropped them down so I, for A, didn't have to run my radions so hard to get what I want at the bottom of my sand. Now, I'm going to do a par meter test as well to show you what my par is at the sand bed and at the top of these rocks. So this will probably be where I will keep these lights at about 14 inches. It is 14 inches off the water to the top of those. Obviously, I did ramp up my par just a little bit as well. Now, why did I do that? First off, A, so I didn't have to run at 100% to be at about 100, 150 par at the sand bed. I don't want to do that, okay? I don't want to run the radions at 100% for the next how many years and just burn them up faster. I don't want to do that. I like to be able to get as much lifespan out of these lights as possible. Obviously, they're not the cheapest lights on the market. So that's why I dropped it down as well. So by me lowering them, I can run this now at, I believe, 55 or 65% and still get great numbers. I can even drop the percentage down, intensity down to be where I was. So by me dropping this 10 inches, I can significantly cut back on the overall intensity of the light and still get great par value as well. The only other way that I could have combated this by leaving those lights up would have been by simply adding another 4 radions to this aquarium, which I don't think that's necessary, when you could simply save all that money by bringing it down a little bit. I think that's fine. I think it's great. 28 inches deep, 14 inches off the water. We're getting great numbers. So I want to show you what I'm getting on the par meter. This is the Epigee 510, by the way. So I'm going to go in on a computer. I'm going to emulate if we were at noon. So this is basically the 4 hours that I'm running the most intensity at would be in this aquarium. So let's get to it. Let me show you what those par numbers are. Okay, now that we have the lights emulating at full intensity for the 4 hours of the day, that these are at full intensity at 65%, 14 inches off the water, 65% overall intensity, and 28 inches deep. So let's get some par readings as well. So I'm going to hold this right here so you guys can see what's going on. So at the top of this rock work, those are the numbers at the top of the rock work. Now this might be backwards. 395 so far is the highest I've seen. 257 is the lowest I've seen. So that's that rock work. Let's go back a couple inches. Same thing. Now, I'm going to go in the middle here, straight down on the sand bed. 192, 194, 194, 196, 199. So I did hit 199 right there at the sand bed. Now I'm going to go over here by this clam that's laying on the ground here, right above it. Let's just say I'm getting 182, and right almost to the glass, 164 is the highest I've seen so far. 167. 179, I just hit. So, top of this rock work over here. Whoops. Gotta re-glue that piece. The only thing I hate about doing this stuff is accident hitting something. About 300, 320, 354. So it's safe to say across, that's almost 400, 392 right there, 397, 399. I ain't hit 4 yet. So it's really safe to say that across all the top of my rock work, I'm hitting 3 to almost 400. So the range goes all the way from 3 to 400. Yeah. So I guess if I went right here at the surface of the water, 440. Hold on, let me get it flat. 458. 460. 491. So 491 at the surface of the water, almost 500. And you're talking about a foot down and still hitting 3 to 400. Now the question is it necessary? To be honest with you, I see this stuff from all different types of people's tanks and aquariums all over the place. The thing is people will have to realize is that corals can adapt if it's done over a period of time, if it's done slowly. That's what people have to understand. If you do things very slowly, it gives the corals enough time to adjust. And by giving it enough time to adjust, it makes things a lot easier on them. So, can you give your corals too much light? It's really hard for me to say. The natural sun and the rays, I never used a power meter and see some of the corals. But the corals that are out of water at, let's just say, low tide, if I was to use a power meter outside next to them, it would be like 3,000 maxed out, 3,000 pars or 4,000 par. That's a whole lot of baking. Those corals do slime up to create their own sunscreen and stuff like that, so they don't dry out or anything. But my point is, it's a lot of par they're getting hit with. You take people like Sanjay that run these like 8 inches off their water and crank it all up to 100%. Every color, everything, 100%. He's probably easily 2,000 par, something crazy. Just saying, something crazy in that aquarium. I need to get over there and really do a par meeting or see what's going on, so you guys can get a better insight look on that. But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out there. There's not a, I'm not a firm believer you can give them too much par. More than what the sun is actually doing in nature, hitting some of these corals. Now, all these corals are not getting hit like that. So keep that in mind. But I think if you do things over a period of time and slowly transition them into higher par, they're going to do just fine. So to answer you guys, who knows? Me, just an individual outside looking in on that question, more than what Mother Nature is going to do, more than what low tide is doing for some of these corals, I'm on the fence of no. What we're capable of doing is giving them more than what they're getting in nature during low tide or any of that. I honestly don't know the answer to that question. But really thinking about a lot of it and taking it all in and understand how corals are affected by quick changes versus subtle changes. You see a bad result by blasting too much too fast than you ever would solely acclimating them over long weeks and weeks and weeks up to withstand 100% of radion storing at them. So hopefully this video helps you guys. Hopefully it's something you guys wanted to hear. I don't know if you guys have any questions. Leave it in the comment section down below. I think it's an interesting topic. Sorry that this video is not all whatever. I'm really under the weather. I'm on antibiotics. I got a major ear infection, draining, causing problems in my throat, stuff like that. So I'm just trying to get something out here. It's not the best, but I think it's worthy of talking about. I'm just showing you guys my lights, why I moved them, dropped them down, par values, where the par is at, and all that cool stuff. Once again, thanks everybody. If you have any questions or some thoughts about this whole thing and the par and lighting, is it too much or anything, please leave it down in the comment section. We can always recap later, hopefully when I feel a lot better and my voice just keeps going in and out. It's so bad. But we can recap on some of this stuff later, and I think it'll make, I can answer those questions for you. So I feel like I'm mumbling on. With that being said, guys, thanks. Appreciate all you guys. Appreciate all my Patrons. If you're not a Patreon member, the links are in the description of this video. Anything that you're looking for, merch, t-shirts, coffee mugs, the whole 9 yards, it's all located in the description of this video. So with that being said, you guys take it easy. Until next time, peace.